So it's finally here, the Pixel 10 Pro. You know that feeling when a new piece of tech arrives. It's a mix of excitement and high expectations. I've been waiting for this one for a while. The box itself is classic Google, clean, minimal, and eco-friendly. I went with the matte obsidian color this year. It feels incredible in the hand. The finish is smooth but not slippery, and it does a great job of resisting fingerprints. That's a huge win right out of the box. Holding it, the weight feels balanced. It's solid but not heavy. Underneath you get the usual suspects: USB-C to USB-C cable, the quick switch adapter for moving data, and the SIM ejector tool. No power brick in the box, of course. That trend isn't new. Luckily I already have a few good GAN chargers, so I'm covered. I also picked up one of the new official cases. It fits perfectly and adds grip without bulk. The first boot up screen is always a great moment. The new display looks bright and vibrant. Google has refined the camera bar over generations. The Pixel 10 Pro feels like the most polished version yet. The haptics are tight and precise. These little things add up to a great out-of-box experience. The setup process for a Pixel is probably one of the smoothest in the game. You just follow the on-screen steps. I set it up as a new device for a clean experience. It found my Wi-Fi and prompted a day one update, about 15 minutes to install. I configured the fingerprint sensor and face unlock. Both felt faster and more responsive than my Pixel 9 Pro. Small improvements, but you notice them every unlock. First feature, dynamic refresh rate. A new LTPO 4.0 display that can drop to 1 Hz and go up to 144 Hz. Scrolling feels buttery, yet when the screen is static it drops low to save battery. Best of both worlds. Smoothness when you need it, efficiency when you don't. Next, Magic Editor, Google's next-gen AI photo editing tool. Move objects, change the sky, and other creative edits. The AI fills backgrounds impressively. I shot my desk, selected the keyboard, dragged it, and the background filled almost perfectly. Then, adaptive audio. It automatically boosts clarity and adjusts volume to the environment. I played a podcast in a quiet room, turned a fan on, and the Pixel boosted the vocal range subtly. It's subtle but useful when moving from quiet to noisy places. At a glance is smarter, more contextual info, quick updates, and connected device statuses. It surfaces boarding passes, delivery ETAs, and device statuses without unlocking. One caveat, Live Translate for video calls is US only at launch, so I couldn't test that here. Those were the first 5. Setup, smoothing UI, Magic Editor, adaptive audio, and at a glance. Next up, the camera and AI. Now let's talk about the camera. A Pixel is always about the camera. The 6th feature I jumped into was the new Pro Controls in the camera app. Google finally delivered manual controls. Shutter speed, ISO, and manual focus are now available. I set a high shutter speed on a moving subject and got crisp, no blur frames. A big deal for photographers. Zoom on pixels has improved. Pixel 10 Pro pushes up toward 100x, but the sweet spot is around 30x 50x. Panorama mode now supports 5x telephoto and manual controls, and can stitch up to 100 MP for wide horizons. Magic Editor keeps impressing with complex fills and object moves, not flawless, but often magical. Best Take rescues group photos. Swap in a smiling face from the burst and save what would have been deleted. Gemini. Live on the Pixel 10 Pro can now access some apps and gives visual cues when you share your camera, handy for IDing objects. I pointed the camera at Basil and a robot mower brand. Gemini helped identify both. Very useful day-to-day. Video-wise, Pixel 10 Pro adds AV1 support, around 10-20% smaller files than HEVC AVC for similar quality. Night sight video now works from ultrawide 0.5x to 20x, more flexibility for low-light footage. I recorded a dim clip, tapped Video Boost, and uploaded it for cloud processing. After processing, the returned clip was brighter, cleaner, and far less noisy. Desktop-grade improvements, but you have to wait for it. All told, the camera updates, Pro Controls, Best Take, Magic Editor, Video Boost, make the Pixel 10 Pro a serious tool for creators. After camera and AI, I focused on raw performance, powered by the new Tensor G5 chip. Google claims improved graphics, time to test with demanding titles. I downloaded Genshin Impact and Call of Duty Mobile and set graphics to max. The games ran incredibly smoothly at high frame rates even during intense action. It did warm a bit after 30 minutes, but never uncomfortably so. The 144 Hz refresh rate shines in fast-paced games. Responsiveness and motion clarity are excellent. At the other end, the screen can drop to 1 Hz for static content to save power. I opened a dozen apps. camera, game, browser, streaming, and switch quickly with no reloads. Extra RAM on the Pro helps keep apps alive in the background. After hours of installing, shooting, and gaming, the battery was still holding up well. Early signs are promising. Between a more efficient chip and LTPO display, the combination seems to pay off. Animations are smooth, app switching is instant, and the whole OS feels very snappy. Build quality and display polish match the performance. A true 2025 flagship. In short, faster chip, high refresh display, solid thermals, great multitasking, the Pixel 10 Pro delivers real-world speed. After spending the first few hours with the Pixel 10 Pro, I'm genuinely impressed. Out of the 10 features I tested, a few really stood out. Video boost, game-changing for mobile video, pro controls, real manual tools for photographers, magic editor and best take, simplify complex edits and rescue photos. Concerns, video boost needs internet and patience. Processing takes time. And I want wider availability for features like Live Translate, currently too limited. Next up, deeper camera tests across lighting, a full battery drain comparison, and a long-term daily driver test. I'll run a full battery test versus competitors and share the results. First impression, very positive. A confident, mature flagship that pairs hardware polish with useful AI. Small refinements, faster fingerprint, better speakers, cleaner haptics, add up to a strong daily experience. If you like this first look, I'll share more tests and samples soon. Subscribe for the deep dives. Thanks for watching. See you in the full review.